This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I'm here with Nathalie Bonhomme at Cava Restaurant in Toronto, Canada. How are you today, Nathalie?
Very well, Jamie. Very well.
Now, I've been hearing about all the wonderful things you've been doing in the wine world for quite some time now, but you're now bringing some wines that you've been making yourself, along with a couple of winemakers.
Yep.
Please tell us about those.
Okay, well, we'll do it properly, and we start with the Cava. The Cava, which is from Catalonia, of course, from Sant Sadurní d'Anoia, which is a little village half an hour south of Barcelona. This Cava is from Jumilla. Jumilla is one of the flagship of Cava in Spain. One of the, actually they recognize themselves as the best producer of Reserva, Cava Reserva in Spain. We have the Cinta Púrpura, which is actually, it's got a vintage, 2009.
Oh yeah.
Which is unusual. It's 24 months in oak. Which I find, I can tell you one thing, I've got high respect for the guys who make champagne or cava or prosecco, but these guys even more. First, because they're a family business, been always a family business. So over the years, it's difficult. We have very big producers of cava around Spain, and these guys, all their thought, all their business by owning their own grapes, which is unusual as well. And they produce quite a lot of bottles, 3 million bottles, but they're still very small compared to the other two big producers.
So you actually assist with the making of this?
No. These guys, I've known them for a long time. I just help them for the Canadian market.
Oh, I see. I understand. Now, the other two places that you actually, I guess, you assist in making the wine would be in Jumilla and Valencia.
They're both, yes. So we have, of course, my name is Bonhomme, so we have to live with that name for the best and for the worst. And
it's a great name.
I know, people remember, but for the best and for the worst. It's not always, you don't always want to be remembered. So, but this time I do. So first there was El Bonhomme. El Bonhomme it was made in Valencia. It's actually a concept. It was 4 different labels for the same wine. Why? Because I do a lot of fairs around the world, and I realized that a lot of people were intimidated with the wine business. So I thought I'll get the younger crowd, or the people who are not too, they see me, I'm kind of, nice, don't bite. And so people will ask me about the labels, and it did work. I mean, we have 4 different labels, which one is feel, this one is the latest, this one is share. One is feel, one is imagine, one is travel, and the other one is share, which is pretty much my life, the story of my life. So I made this wine with Rafael Cambra. It's a very long story, we'll make it very short. He helped us out. We became too big. We moved to his winery because I started making 1 barrel, and now we're making, this year we're making 75,000 liters.
Wow, okay.
So it's
sizable, yeah.
It's good. This wine is serious. There was a plan, okay? Because this one here, the plan was no plan. This one is, so we're actually changing. There's an evolution in the wine, the wine making of this wine, of course, how it should be, because all vintages are not the same. So the 2001 we're selling very well. We're actually out of stock, so we have to come out with a 2012 now when we come, because we don't have any more wine. So it's a nice problem.
What kind of grapes are you using for this particular wine?
So this one is Cabernet Sauvignon and Monastrell, which is a blend which is kind of unusual. Why? Because Cabernet Sauvignon, of course, is French grape, and of course it's not well known in Valencia, in the south of Spain.
There's a little bit more of that being grown these days, though. Yes,
nowadays. But old, this is a very old, very old, it's not that old, okay? But for Spain it is quite old. It's 25 years old. Cabernet Sauvignon was planted by Swiss people who wanted to make a French wine, French blend. So we have really great, we have such luck to be able to blend this Cabernet Sauvignon into our El Bonhomme.
And is it old Monastrell?
Monastrell
is the
is
grape that
red.
I immediately equate with Valencia as being like one of the traditional grapes there?
Yeah, the Monastrell is the traditional. Some people say it's like the Mourvèdre. I always say it's like Mourvèdre.
Oh, some people would argue with you on that one.
Of course they will.
Yeah.
Because in fact the Mourvèdre came from the port of Mourviedro, which is in Valencia. And it's named from Mourviedro. And then it carried on to under another name called the Monastrell to the south. A lot of people will say it's different, and I think they're right. A grape will adapt to its region and will change, like we all do, don't we? Don't we, Jenny? Do we adapt?
We do adapt, yes. We do change.
We do change, and thank God, because otherwise we'll be boring. We're all the same. The second wine I've made with Bodegas Juan. It's a really funny wine. I always laugh when I talk about this wine. And
why do you laugh when you speak about it?
It's a concept. It's events that took place all in a wrong, and I created a great wine. Yeah. So basically, the idea.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's my Sunday morning back label effort. What we did is I work a lot with Bodegas Juan, with Miguel Gil in different markets, and we travel. So during the traveling I said, Miguel, I'd really like to use your great Monastrell, one of the best Monastrell in Spain. He's got great Garnacha and a little bit of Syrah to make a Drummond. And just like, let's face it, it works, yeah? The French.
Or you mean to make a Côte d'Ivoire style?
Côte d'Ivoire style.
Yes, yeah,
I said, let's face it, let's copy and paste, shall we? And he said, Nathalie, I do not have Garnacha. I said, of course you do, but not in the same region. So we might not do an appellation wine, but let's try it. And then finally, which is really strange, but really convinced him to do it, about a week later, there's a wine grower who comes in and he goes, Garnacha, and Miguel went, what?
Was that Spanish colloquial you were saying?
No, it was Garnacha. That's all you had to listen to, you remember. So basically we found 3 hectares of Garnacha, which is a very small amount. And we started making the blend, but of course it's a kind of a big winery, so it's a small amount of wine. So we didn't find the barrels, we didn't find the tanks to ferment. We had to put the wine in somewhere, and we vinify always separately, yeah? That's by rule. So we had to find the barrels for the small amount of Syrah, it was very small at that point, and there was very small amounts of Garnacha. And he said, what do we do with it? Well, we'll do. That'll do. So that's what we did. And so basically it was a joke. It was like kind of a joke. Okay, Nathalie's Petit Bonhomme, yeah? So of course they're all guys. So they're all the dads, yeah? I call them the papas, and I'm the mama of the Petit Bonhomme. So finally we all got together in January, and that was 2 years ago. And I invited Rafael because he's really good palate. And so we decided to make the wine, but we couldn't make the blend. And Miguel and I, we always taste the same, which is not always the best. So basically we asked the 2 winemakers, and Miguel and I, we make all different blends. And finally, we all got into agreeing which one was going to be the best blend. And it's fantastic because this wine, like this year, just to tell you, in 2012, Miguel said to me, he said, Nathalie, Nena, you've got the best wine of the winery, and I'm gonna steal it from you. I said, what do you mean you're gonna steal your own wine? So it's a great story. Then the bottles didn't arrive, and there's a strike in Portugal, and then the screw cap didn't work, it didn't screw properly. And then, it was one thing else. And the label didn't stick, and it was fantastic. And then there was some labels without the little man. So it was one thing after the other. So I said, we could cry or we could laugh. So we did laugh. So that was our Petit Bonhomme. Petit Bonhomme was sold in the western Canada.
Nathalie, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Really appreciate your time, and lovely to see you at Cava Restaurant in Toronto.
Thank you, Jamie.
Speak soon.
Adios.